At half of the press. Well, my people, me here for drop the real news, news, reviews, everything in a one right this or right there, my people. So all I want to know to do is like up the video, share out the video, subscribe to my channel, my people. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Let's get right into it.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I'm back again with another video. Jamaica ambassador to the US, Audrey Marks, will be giving up her post at the end of this month. Several highly placed government sources have told the Gleaner. The sources further told the Gleaner that an official announcement should be made today. However, they did not say whether the announcement would come from the Jamaican embassy in Washington or from the Ministry of Labor. My wisdom warriors, mighty God of Daniel. Hey, you see this a woman here? When you see this a woman here, when you am Audrey Marks, I know one easy woman. I know one easy woman. This a woman here not good at all. I remember when the people them in the diaspora did want to protest and she fight them. She fight them. This woman a labor right. She fight them and I couldn't believe. Me couldn't believe. So when me hear her say she a give up, she smell the coffee. She says the Jamaica Labour Party is falling down. Them Templar crumble down, my wisdom warriors. For telling you the God Almighty truth, me glad, me happy how she a left. Me happy how she a lift up. I wish it was Andrew Wellness, for telling you the truth. I wish it was Andrew Wellness. Me glad because this a woman here, yes, she did it for a while, my people, but she is one-sided. Wanna hear me? She one-sided. That's why I not rate her. I not rate this a woman here. Not after what she did. Me couldn't believe it. So, me glad how she has stepped down. Me glad back boss. As I said, I wish it was Andrew Owens and the whole administration I lift up out of parliament. Seriously, I wish I did them. But wanna tell me one thing still. Hear this.
This matter with the Cubans and the nurses should tell us everything that we need to know. Barbados does not currently have Cuban medical staff or Cuban nurses, but I will be the first to go to the line and to tell you that we could not get through the pandemic without the Cuban nurses and the Cuban doctors. I will also be the first to tell you that we paid them the same thing that we pay Bajans, and that the notion, as was peddled not just by this government in the US, but the previous government, that we were involved in human trafficking by engaging with the Cuban nurses was fully repudiated and rejected by us. Now, I don't believe that we have to shout across the seas, but I am prepared, like others in this region, that if we cannot reach a sensible agreement on this matter, then if the cost of it is the loss of my visa to the US, then so be it. But what matters to us is principles. And I have said over and over that principles only mean something when it is inconvenient to stand by it. Now, we don't have to shout, but we can be resolute. And I therefore look forward to standing with my CARICOM brothers. I wish I could say brothers and sisters, but brothers, to be able to ensure that we explain that what the Cubans have been able to do for us, far from approximating itself to human trafficking, has been to save lives and limbs and sight for many a Caribbean person.
My wisdom warriors, I respect this lady so much. I respect her so much. Me hear she say she want the other Caribbean leaders them stand by her. But let me tell you, madam, Andrew not go stand by you. Andrew already I look for bringing the Nigerian them and the Filipinos, because Andrew Holness knows that this day was coming. He knows this day was coming, my wisdom warriors. He already signed. Them already signed agreement, you know. Him and the Filipinos, they already signed an agreement. They not gonna keep the Cubans and lose their visa. And them want travel up and down and flaunt. Eh? Them want travel all over and flaunt. But my wisdom warriors, Jamaican people, if Andrew Wallace choosing visa over Cubans, then uno I gonna know who is the real Andrew Wallace if uno no know yet. If uno no know yet, uno gonna know the real Andrew Wallace. But my people, uno tell me what I think because me like how this lady I look out for her people. I love it, seriously. I wish the Prime Minister of Jamaica could do the same. But he can't because him heart not clean and he hand not clean. My wisdom warriors, taking this.
Therefore, effective immediately, I am canceling the last administration's completely one-sided deal with Cuba. Our new policy begins with strictly enforcing U.S. law.
For decades, Cuba has quietly come to the rescue of Jamaica's healthcare system. In a country where hospitals are overwhelmed and the shortage of doctors is a constant challenge, Cuban doctors have been filling the gap and providing critical medical care to Jamaicans. But the truth is, without the Cuban doctors, the Jamaican healthcare system would struggle to survive. Jamaica has a long history of challenges in the medical sector. The public healthcare system is underfunded, overcrowded, and constantly grappling with shortages of medical professionals. The country's medical schools are not producing enough graduates to meet the demand, and many doctors choose to leave the island for better opportunities abroad. This has left public hospitals in a perpetual state of crisis. For years, Cuban doctors have been a lifeline for Jamaica's medical system. Over 100 Cuban doctors have been working in Jamaica's hospitals, providing much-needed specialized care in fields like surgery, pediatrics, and cardiology, and rural areas, where their services are most needed, and the Jamaican public has come to rely on their expertise, particularly in remote communities where access to healthcare is limited. The US government is stepping in with a threat that could shatter the foundation of Jamaica's healthcare system. If Jamaica continues to accept Cuban doctors, the US has made it clear that it will impose severe economic sanctions and other diplomatic consequences. The US is accusing Cuba of using its doctors to further its political agenda, and the US demands that Jamaica sever ties with Cuban medical professionals or face the consequences.
Anyway, my wisdom warriors, me have a video clip for sure, because some people say Isat and think say Isat are some surfers and think say only Vibes Cartel alone Isat free. But me there have to make you know say and a Vibes Cartel alone Isat free. Isat free this man. He was in prison for 50 years. Take a look at this. This man, my wisdom warriors, his name is George Williams, who spent 50 years in prison without trial. 50 years, he spent in prison. The reason why I bring this up, I post this on a social media platform, and the Labourites them come underneath it, and I say, he was jailed underneath PNP government. And me I say this Labourite. This Labourite. Them out here talk about how a PNP jail him and he came out underneath the Jamaica Labour Party government. What kind of nonsense is that? What una try say? A Labourite free him? Una sick in our head or what? Una sick or what? Let me tell you something, man. Una for stop spread propaganda. Stop spread propaganda. Because this man went to prison 1970. Go and check who was the prime minister at that time. 1970, he went to prison. George Williams was a mentally ill 20-year-old when he was arrested by the police in 1970 and charged for allegedly killing another man. Now, nearly 50 years later, Williams is believed to be one of the 7 persons identified by the Independent Commission of Investigation, that is INDICOM. You always hear me say, me trust INDICOM and IC, don't it? You always hear me say so. Well, it was INDICOM that identified him. My wisdom warriors, yeah? Them say to yourself, Williams is believed to be one of the 7 persons identified by the Independent Commission of Investigations who have been languishing in Jamaica's penal system for more than 40 years. Isat Buchanaan, the attorney hired by the civil rights group Stand Up for Jamaica to represent Williams. Me want to hear this, you know. Isat Buchanaan is one of the attorney. Isat Buchanaan was hired by the civil rights group Stand Up for Jamaica to represent Williams. So when me hear on a dirty, crony, stinking mouth Labourite, I can't go on like no one can disrespect Isat. You can't disrespect Isat, brother. You can't disrespect Isat because you don't know when you go in a trouble and you go need Isat help. None of you did that chat off on the mouth. The whole of you fi say Isat. The whole of you fi cheer for Isat because Isat stand up for Jamaican people. He stand up for truth and rights. Yes, he is not a lawbreaker like the Prime Minister. He is not. So me want you just come off of Isat. You hear? Come off of Isat because Isat is here for the people, whether you like it, yes or no. But on a Labourite, who has stand up for you? Let me ask you that. Who has stand up for you? Who is stand up for you? Since I was out every day and I cuss Isat, who has stand up for you? Because Isat has stand up for every single person, whether you're Labourite or PNP. Who you stand up for? You think that Isat are not soft as boy, yeah? Eh? You think that Isat are not soft as boy, yeah? You come chat about how under PNP government the man get arrested. That is a damn lie. He got arrested in 1970. And Shearer was the Prime Minister in 1970. Shearer. So what wanna talk about? What wanna talk about? My wisdom warriors, taking this. The people them over South Manchester now want Robert Chin over there. My wisdom warriors. You know, so them a campaign and they have their little meeting. They don't want Robert Chin. That's why I say the man a get up and say, Prime Minister, where you there? Prime Minister, where you there? But brother, if a Prime Minister did care so much, he would have been there. You need to go and vote for PNP. And that you need to do. You not waste on time. You not say, and you honest not care, and you honest know say uno no want this man to lead uno and I like say you know. Remember say uno protest about it, you know. Remember say no, uno protest about it already. And then still I give uno this man Robert Chin. Uno no say them a push things down uno through at all. You come like uno not say what is going on. Labourite. Uno no say Andrew honest a fling things down uno through at all. Uno no want this MP, but he still a push this man pa uno. My wisdom warriors, you see this a prime minister here, he don't care about Jamaican people. And Jamaican people need to know these things. And you only want to win the election, you know. And turn Jamaica in a republic, you know. And hey, and then it a go be hell and powder house. You think I joke me I make? And you only know say the people them not like the MP there. Because the MP is not doing what he's supposed to do. He know and like say he no know. So when them a send this money down there now, it no make no sense. This is to show you Labour right. So not even the Prime Minister we una call upon cares. He doesn't. And it's just the truth. He doesn't. Una just a waste on the time. If una want betterment for una country and betterment for una children future, Labour right, do the right thing. Vote for PNP. Vote out Andrew Holness. Vote out Andrew Holness because when Jamaica turn republic, there's not going to be no green and no orange. Let me tell you that. If you don't know that, let me tell you. And nobody are going to help that the country there. Not even one soul because when they turn republic, nobody give a helping hand. If you never know that. You never know. You better go and Google and check what republic mean and see where all of these republic country are going to go and go double check. Go and go double check. Andrew Holness, I try to push needs down on the throat hole. The judge say needs is a violation of the people's freedom and rights. And for that reason, they can't have needs. At that, you know, the judge tell Andrew Holness them. Me rotted all. Andrew Holness means so them have a whole we in a captivity to blouse and skirt. The man say, all right, judge, you know what we are going to do? We are going to make it voluntarily. But that are the trick, my wisdom warriors. Andrew Holness out here a trick, you know. And all we are telling Labour right, all them a tick about a friggin' party. Hey, you know if you have sense and wake up, you know. Wake up, you know, Jamaica. Okay. My people, wanna tell me what you think, tell me how you feel about this, and put an honest opinion in the comment section. Like up the video, share it out, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Big up on a nice clean self. One love.